I thought this would be the perfect weather to talk about Lune Feline. As long as I don't get blown away and as long as you guys can hear me, we should be good. So, Lune Feline is a fragrance from Atelier des Ors. It translates to feline moon. The perfumer here wanted to invoke the moon in its seductiveness and darkness and sultriness. So, it's all about the moon and what it represents for her. Now, Marie Salamini's a pretty edgy lady. She is the nose behind so many fragrances you wouldn't even imagine. Black Opium by YSL, By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela, and many others. From Atelier des Ors, she is the nose behind Pink Me Up, Rousserai, and Rose Omeid, I think. So, back to Lune Feline. Now, this is classified as an Oriental vanilla, and I can see why. Because when you first apply this, you get this blast of spice. Now, the spice here is cardamom, but to me, the cardamom here is not the green cardamom. It's the black cardamom, just because there's this smokiness in this fragrance when you first get a whiff of it. And I was wondering about that. I was also wondering if it may be the styrax here, since styrax gives a smokiness and a leatheriness. It's almost as if I'm shrouded in this leather cape, just enough to cover my shoulders, but cozy, but not all the way. Not to where it's going to suffocate me or make me uncomfortable uncomfortable. Then you get the pink pepper sprinkled in there. That's to give it a little pizzazz and edginess. So it's quite linear, this fragrance. So after that initial blast of spices and resins, it goes pretty flat, and it just lasts for the remainder of the 8 hours or so. You also feel like there's woods, like I'm walking in the woods, like where I am right now. It's woodsy, but it's not sharp and it's not crisp. It's really mellow. And that is where I think the vanilla and the balsam, they create this whirlwind around this entire fragrance, this everlasting halo, if you will, to just encapsulate everything and just keep it from being too harsh, too sharp, too out of control. Lune Feline is quite unusual, but it's one of those that you want to get familiar with. It's like a dark stranger that you tippy-toe around from a distance, but eventually you want to become acquainted with him or her. It's a gourmand without a hint of sweetness, so it makes it quite interesting and unisex at the same time. It does demand attention without being ostentatious or snobby. It loves cold weather, scarves, and definitely mystery. This is Gada. Thank you for being here today, and I'll see you in the next one.